Hello again. Royale here. Oh, I forgot what I was going to talk about, but I wanted to talk about there is nothing wrong with driving a paid off old car that has 191,000 miles on it, and I'm talking about my Honda Civic. I'm sure you saw in the thumbnail. I've had that car for almost 11 years. I take care of it. I do all the majority of the, any type of maintenance, whether it's like an oil change, alternator, oil gasket, anything. I pretty much do all the maintenance on it. And the reason I do that is because a lot of these what do they call it? Car mechanics kind of overprice people for things that they don't need to be overpriced. A couple years ago, my Honda, I drive a Honda year 2003 Honda Civic, and they're known for oil leaks. And I had a pretty bad oil leak that I haven't really been taken care of, because at the time I wasn't necessarily good with cars. So I just took it to the shop, and one of these days, or before I even took it to the shop, I guess the oil leak was so bad it was messing with the starter of my car. So whenever I would turn the key, the engine, it wouldn't start. And I know a lot of the cars nowadays, you just push the button and the car starts, but mine is obviously still old school. And I still love it. I take care of it. And even though my starter wasn't working, I had to get it towed to the dealership to see what was wrong. But obviously I already told you what was wrong. It was the starter. The oil was leaking into the starter, and it couldn't start. These guys charged me, I don't want to lie to you guys, so it was an estimate. It was like $2,787 total for a part that I found on eBay. The same exact part, for a part that I found on eBay for $50. So they definitely robbed me. So when I saw that they did that, I became extremely I educated myself on my vehicle. You'd be surprised what you can learn on YouTube, and really just sit down and see what parts do what. It's actually very simple. If you just watch a YouTube video, you see how someone else does it, you replicate it, and you go from there. But ever since they charge me damn near $3K just for all that, it just did not make sense. And I know they charge for labor and everything, but it was only like 2 days that my car was in the shop. And ever since that experience, I've been extremely independent in doing the things that I want to do for my own car. So like I said, I've had my car for almost 10-11 years, and I just bought a new alternator, a new AC belt, alternator belt as well. I bought new rotors, new brakes, new wheels, and I've never done carpet. So obviously I need to watch a YouTube video on how to install carpet into a Honda Civic. And I know you have to take the chairs out. You got to rip some of the like plastic lining off. I don't even know if that's the right word, but like our cars are basically plastic on wheels. That's what essentially what it is. But I have to take that off and rip the carpet out. I did see some of a YouTube video, because sometimes I'm just too busy or just too tired to even watch anything. But sometimes, not sometimes, whenever you're doing carpet, I noticed you have to have some type of glue adhesive to make sure like the carpet's sticking and everything after you get it all where it needs to be. But in the long run, I'm saving more money. I should have wrote down the list of what everything cost. But if I was to take that car to the dealership, they'll probably charge me another arm and a leg. Because who has, well, for regular people, who has just $3,000 just laying around, you know? And I'm not saying that to be cocky or anything, because I've been in RT for 3 years now. And I have quite a bit saved. I don't have money like those people that, you know, were RTs during the COVID times, but I mean, I'm up there, I can say confidently. But you definitely save more money driving a beater up car. Now, people have been asking me, Royale, why don't you get a brand new car? You got the money. We all know you do. You're right. My Honda Civic's still going though. I do all the maintenance on it. I have like a little device to where, you know, you plug it in, you see if anything's wrong, and then you can turn off the code or, you know, just do whatever you need to do. But, you know, I'm very fortunate to have a Honda Civic, the older ones. I don't really keep up with the newer ones, but the older ones, especially like my 03, they just last longer. The components aren't complicated. Now, whenever my car was in the dealership, Honda gave me like a rental. They gave me a Honda CRV, and it was a hybrid. I was very impressed with it. I was tempted to get one, but you know, these car prices are out of control. I'm talking about they want a car that's like what, 50,000, 60,000, and I'm not going into no more credit card or any type of debt to where that I would have to be on some type of payment plan and then the interest. No, there's no point. I already have a house that I'm trying to pay off. I don't need to have another type of interest debt thing that's, you know, killing me. And you know, maybe in the near future I could get another car, but the way that I'm managing my Honda Civic and literally what I'm doing with it, it's basically brand new. I've changed out almost everything in the front hood area other than the engine, and that was pretty much thanks to YouTube. And I'm proud that, you know, I had the resources to even manage to do that, because, you know, growing up, my father didn't necessarily teach me how to change the headlights of I'm talking about like the whole lamp. I'm not talking about like just the bulb. Anybody can do that, but I'm talking about like the whole lamp and then the brake lamps as well. So I'm very fortunate that there are resources on YouTube where you can just pull up a quick video and you can save money, because the dealership guy or girl is going to charge you like $500 to do the job. And those little jobs that I do probably last like maybe 30 minutes, 20 to 30 minutes, depending on how cognitive I am whenever it comes to what I'm doing. But I mean, you save more money in the long run just driving a old, beat up, paid off car. And honestly, I have no complaints with my little Honda Civic. It gets me from point A to point B. And I know I already mentioned this, but my Honda Civic already has like 191,000 miles on it. That's pretty good. It's still going. I don't have no issues. The only thing I need to do is fix the windows. I wouldn't say they're necessarily broken, but it's more of a electric issue. So I got to get me one of those little electric identifiers to make sure power's going into the right wire, because the issue for me is my car windows, like when you hit the up button, they go up, but when you push down, it doesn't go down. So I have to figure out if I need to replace some type of wire or basically just install, you know, maybe a new door, maybe, I don't know, something got cut. I have to find out what it is. And honestly, when you work night shift, it's hard. It really is. So usually whenever I work on my car, it's when I have like multiple days off in a row. And how I've been doing it, let's see, even right now, I know I'm going to be busy practically in September because I decided to work the entire middle of the month. So I'm working like 12 days in a row. Yeah, I know I'm crazy. I got goals, but like I said, you know, there's absolutely nothing wrong with driving an old car. Now, even though I am a respiratory therapist, I don't have to get a new car. And even if you're watching this and you're a nurse or a respiratory therapist, there's nothing wrong with treating yourself. But if you know your limitations and you know what you want and don't want, and you know your budget, go for it. I could get a new car right now if I wanted to. I don't want to. I'll be honest. I like my little Honda. I'm gonna try to keep that thing alive as long as possible. And like I said, the only thing that I need to do lastly on it, when I need to do it, is gonna be the engine, because that's the only thing that's old. So I could theoretically get it rebuilt or put a brand new one in, but other than that, it's practically brand new, just with a lot of miles on it. Because I am the second owner of this Honda Civic. The guy who had it, or whoever had it the first time, they only drove it for 33,000 miles. Yeah, 33,000 miles, and after that, it was all me. And I've been enjoying it since. I've been on plenty of vacations. I've been on plenty dates with girls. A lot of travel opportunities I've been on. A lot of conferences I went to. Haven't truly been on a vacation yet, but like I said, I'm just very motivated with saving money and trying to improve myself as an individual. And with that being said, still gonna be on that grind. I'm still gonna be driving my little Honda Civic. I'm gonna try to fix the windows. I gotta change the tints because they got air bubbles from the heat from the sun when it's being like 90, 95 degrees, and you know, things in that nature. And with that being said, that was my little car talk video. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.